सुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वदी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. Nithyanandam, welcoming all the viewers, those who are watching us live through Nithyananda TV, through Kailasa TV, through Hinduism Now TV, Facebook Live, Twitter Live, YouTube Live, and through Enlightened app. Welcoming all of you for this live segment. In this today's live segment, we are having something very interesting, and I can say something very unique, which we all don't even know. And we are getting a good feedback. We are getting a feedback from the viewers that they wanted to know more and more contribution of Swamiji, the way Swamiji has recreated, the way Swamiji has revived Sanatana Hindu Dharma. But before we move ahead, I would like to give a small gist from yesterday's live satsang. As Swamiji said, that just like Nataraja, the moment he starts the Tandava, Ananda Tandava, he doesn't bother about if his anklets drop. Means anything happens which is not, when you see something which is not going perfect, you should not stop. The way Nataraja keep dancing, we should continue the same Ananda Tandava. Swamiji said, if you are feeling stuck in life, it is actually a delusion. But if you are actually stuck, it's a death. Never stuck in your life, never get stuck in your life. Again and again, just like Nataraja, be more intense. The moment you bring more and more intensity, if you're feeling stuck in one phase, one project, have 9 more projects. The moment you are not seeing any movement in one aspect, move to the other, but don't stop. Don't get stuck. Keep moving, keep doing, keep doing, keep doing. And finally you will see, you'll be actually out of that feeling of getting stuck. Such beautiful environment we get into the space which Swamiji has created through Sri Kailasa. The Sri Kailasa ecosystem is that same space to keep you moving, just like Nataraja, to keep dancing, not bothering about what is not going perfect, what is really stuck in life. There is nothing like where you have to even think about it. Such an intense lifestyle Swamiji has provided. And today we really want all of you to understand this whole science. Very beautifully, the temple-based lifestyle Swamiji has established. And from years and years, Swamiji has been explaining the science behind temples. When Swamiji was born, he started doing puja, he's having his own deities, everything so personalized and so precise. So today's segment is completely based on the Sri Kailasa ecosystem, which is nothing else, a temple-based lifestyle. And of course, we all know that we are celebrating Mahakumbhabhishekam on January 30th. So first, let us understand what is it behind, why we are having temples, what is the science behind it. Let us listen directly from Swamiji. Actually, over the years, Swamiji has explained a lot about temples, micromanage the details about temples. So let us all hear directly from Swamiji, what is the science behind temples?
Temples are medically built infrastructures to optimize this experience transmission and energy transmission. Temples are infrastructures built to optimize this experience transmission. Please understand, all temples are just expansion of the human frame. Human frame is the miniature of the cosmos. It means what? All temples are also miniature of the cosmos to transmit this experience to human bodies. The Garbha Mandir, Garbhagriha is the energy source. Rajastamba, flat pole, is the transformer. Everyone sits inside that enclosure will feel that very strength and energy and vibration. Will feel the strength and energy and vibration. Understand? Infrastructure was created for mass enlightenment. That whole infrastructure was created for mass enlightenment. And it was consistently used for mass enlightenment at least 800 to 1000 years. Later on, whatever may be the reason, maybe the brutal attack on enlightened community, the enlightened community becomes slowly soft, sensitive, beautiful, forgets to handle weapons. Attack on that enlightened community, whatever may be the reason, the infrastructure is left without being used. Now I decided to reuse and restart using. All those huge domes are amplifying mechanism. Together, modern day dish TVs, antennas, mobile towers, all of them work in the level of certain frequency where the words, pictures, visuals can be transmitted. See the verbalization and visualization, names and forms can be transmitted from one place to another place through these mobile towers, dish TV antennas. But the temple towers are created to transmit super consciousness from one place to another place. Please understand. In Meenakshi's time, there was television, conscious television. It used to be in stone slab. And if you just sit in front of that stone TV, meditate, connect with Meenakshi, she will appear live and answer whatever you want. So each of the stone slabs only slowly later on became deities. You can see in our temples this happening. The TVs in which I am appearing and speaking are slowly becoming deities. They are receiving worship. Flowers are offered to it. Aarti is done to it. Incense is given to it. Now, all our temples are planning to have a separate throne for this TV. In Los Angeles already I am on the throne. The TV is in the throne. The TV in which people are seeing me have already become deity. Same way, please understand, the stones through which people were able to connect with the superconsciousness have become deities. Same way, all our temples, deities, everything is a connecting mechanism with superconsciousness. The mechanism which connects with the superconsciousness. Please understand, the deities and temples are not just sentimental carved stones, or they are not just artistic sculptures, they are conscious transmitters. They raise you to the superconsciousness. In each house in Vedic tradition, we have a puja room. All the puja rooms are your private conscious airport, are conscious transmission centers. The main temple is the place from where continuous superconsciousness is radiating. So if you just sit and connect with a deep feeling connection, see, in those days human beings were so beautiful and simple. Just remembering the name of the deity is enough. They are already in connection with the deity. That feeling connection. Mechanical parts of the brain. When your non-mechanical parts of the brain is awakened, you will understand temples, deities, how useful they are, how directly useful they are, how they are part of our life, how they enrich our life, and how they make human beings intelligent, enlightened. These are the methods created to create enlightened civilization. These grand temples are not built as an just monument. They are built as a conscious movement. It is not like Egyptian pyramids, monuments, no. It is conscious movement to raise human beings to the highest consciousness, to make human beings experience the highest purpose. Understand, unclutch, use the temples to achieve the highest consciousness.
So as we heard directly from Swamiji, the science behind temples, the way, why temples are being built, what it does to humanity. But these descriptions that Swamiji has given, it's much, much later. But actually, the whole temple science, the way Swamiji has learned, the way Swamiji started reviving is right from his childhood. as soon as Swamiji came down on the planet Earth. And in very early age of his childhood, he started very beautifully learning all the pujas. Swamiji loved temple the most. And I think to explain and to express this emotion and the love for temples, the way Swamiji loved temples, I think there is nobody else who can explain it better other than our autobiography of the Avatar head. I would like to introduce and invite Pune Sannyasi of Nithyananda order, Maniti Bhaktikananda Swami. Nithyanandamma.
Nithyanandamma, thank you very much. As we all know, we are about to enter into the Kumbhabhishekam ceremony of the Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva and Nithyanandeshwari Parashakti, evolving as one of the largest golden Shiva temples in the world in Adi Kailash, Bengaluru, Adinam. It is poised for 30th of January, in just a few days from now. And the preliminary rituals are going to start on the 28th of January itself, about which we will share with you in detail in just a few minutes. Before that, you heard Manitya Bhakti Priyananda say about this the delivery of the science of temples to the world and nurturing the temple-based lifestyle from this incarnation of Paramashiva, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, beloved Bhagavan, started not just when he declared his Satya Sankalpa 20 years ago to humanity, that he will deliver the science of enlightenment and gift the life of Jivan Mukti to millions of individuals around the world, or not just when he first started delivering the science of temples publicly, but it started way back, almost a year or two after he was born. What we have to understand is an avatar, an incarnation, comes with an avataric mission, and it doesn't start from his public announcement of it. It starts from the day he lands on the planet Earth, because he lands as an ecosystem by himself. He lands as a presence, and the presence starts radiating from day one, to which is testimony of thousands of people in Tiruvannamalai, his birthplace, the place where he assumed the human form at the spiritual nerve center located in South India, the spiritual nerve center of the entire universe, Tiruvannamalai, where he assumed the human body. And right from that time, the people who lived around him, who are still living today, share how his presence pulled them towards him and how he impacted each and every one of their lives, like how he does today. The sharings we have from devotees, disciples, and sannyasis today of the impact of the incarnation in their life is exactly the same as the sharings of the people who lived around the incarnation, beloved Bhagavan, when he was 2-3 years old, and from there on. We've had wonderful sharings from people, and today you're going to see a testimony, a sharing from one of the chief priests of the Arunachaleshwara temple in Tiruvannamalai, Sri Kailasians Shivacharya, who offers the worship to the main presiding deity of the Arunachaleshwara temple, Paramashiva himself, who is called Arunachaleshwara in this temple, and who has memories which are, even if I say vivid, it's too small a word. For him, he can just connect immediately to his days with the young avatar, the incarnation Swamiji, in his life inside the temple, because inside the temple in Tiruvannamalai is where Swamiji literally lived. In fact, one day jovially Swamiji was sharing with the disciples, if ever you guys were to build a memorial for me, it would not be anywhere near my home or in any other place where you'd be thinking of, it would be inside temple, because that is where he literally lived, and many times spent even the nights in the temple. The temple watchman was his best friend, and in those days it was not so stringent, not so crowded, so it facilitated the temple watchman to allow him to stay even the nights in the temple, because he did not want to leave the energy station, the deities, Paramashiva, and go back to his home in the night. So those are profound sharings of various people, which we will be presenting through this pre-satsang segment to you continuously. in bringing out the Avatar Leela, the life story of the incarnation on the planet. But today you're going to watch a short video sharing from Sri Halasinatha Gurukul, the Shivacharya of Arunachaleshwara temple, who's now retired. His sons are now serving in the temple, offering worship to the main Arunachaleshwara deity. But when he, in his heydays, when he was the serving priest of the temple, he shares how every single day Swamiji would be inside the temple with the chief priests, like a shadow, never leaving them, and ever ready to serve them in every possible way he can, so that he can be involved in the whole happening of that enlightenment ecosystem there. That enlightenment ecosystem of Tiruvannamalai is the enlightenment ecosystem for the whole world. It radiates the energy literally for the whole world, because that is where Paramashiva landed as a shaft of light and installed himself there in three forms, as the Arunachaleshwara Linga, to which the worship is offered every day, to which the chief priest was going to share with us, used to offer during his time of service, and as the sacred mountain form called Arunachala, which stands in Tiruvannamalai, and as a living incarnation, the third form that Paramashiva has installed himself as, through a promise to humanity that he will be available in these three forms: the worshipable Linga form, the mountain form, and a living incarnation. And the current living incarnation of Paramashiva, true to his promise, is His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, references to which are there in the ancient scriptures and through the sharings of the incarnations who left their body, like Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharishi and Yogi Ram Surat Kumar Swamigal. So now you're going to watch this very delightful sharing from Sri Halasinatha Gurukul as to what Swamiji would do in the temple right from when he was young, and how he would be a shadow to the priests who served in the temple, never leaving the enlightenment ecosystem till it was time to go home. Watch the video.
அண்ணாமலையார் அண்ணா போற்றி, கண்ணார் கம்மிளே கைடே போற்றி. அண்ணாமலையாருக்கு அரோகரா. குரு பிரம்மா குரு விஷ்ணு குரு தேவோ மகேஸ்வரः குரு சாட்சாத் பரம்பிரம்மம் தஸ்மை ஸ்ரீ குரவே நமः. குருப்யோ நமः. ஹரி ஓம். ஸ்ரீ ராமலிங்க பாதேப்யோ நமः. குருப்யோ நமः. இன்று நான் திருவண்ணாமலை அருணாச்சலேஸ்வரர் தேவஸ்தானத்தில் என்னுடைய பாட்டனார் வெங்கட சுப்பிரமணிய குருக்கள், சோனாத்திரி குருக்கள் வழியாக ராமலிங்க சிவாச்சாரியார் சாமூர்த்தி சிவாச்சாரியுடைய மகனாக பிறந்தவன். எங்களுடைய வாரிசு பெரிய குருக்கள் வகைராவை சேர்ந்தவர்கள் நாங்கள். என்னுடைய பெயர் பட்டம் எஸ். ஹாலாசிநாத சிவாச்சாரியார். நான் 2 துறையில் இருந்தவன். ஒன்று ஆசிரியராக பணிபுரிந்தவன், அதே சமயத்தில் மூதாதையர்களுடைய ஆன்மீக பக்தியின் காரணமாகவும் எங்களுடைய வம்சாவளியின் காரணமாகவும் கோவிலுக்கு நித்திய கைங்கறி செய்து கொண்டிருந்தேன். அப்படி கடைசியிலே அண்ணாமலையாரிடம் பணி செய்து கொண்டு இருக்கிறேன் ஆன்மீக பணியிலே. அப்படி வழியிலே என்னுடைய மகன்கள் 3 பேரும் இப்பொழுது பணியாற்றி கொண்டு இருக்கிறார்கள். நித்யானந்த சுவாமிகளை பற்றி சொல்ல வேண்டுமானால், அவர் திருவண்ணாமலையிலே பிறந்தவர். நித்யானந்த சுவாமிகள் அவர் சின்ன வயசிலே ரொம்ப ஆன்மீக பக்தியுடையவர். கடவென்பால் அன்பு மிகுந்து காணப்பட்டு இருந்தார். அவர் தினமும் காலையில் மாலையிலும் கோவிலுக்கு தரிசனம் செய்வது வருவார். அப்பொழுது கோவிலிலே நித்திய பூஜை நடைபெறும் போது அங்கே பணிகள், அவருக்கு உண்டான என்ன பணிகள் செய்ய முடியுமோ அதை தீபாராதனை, அலங்கார தீபாராதனை மாதிரிலாம் அழுக்காக இருந்தால் அதை தொடர்த்தி வைத்து நல்ல முறையில் செய்து வைப்பார். இப்போ கீழே உள்ளே இருக்கிற இதுக்கு தரையை சுத்தம் செய்து வைப்பார். அந்த மாதிரி பலவிதமான, அந்த காலத்தில் சிறு வயதிலிருந்தே அவருக்கு ஆன்மீக பற்றோடு செய்து வந்திருந்தார். கோவில்லையும் சில வேலைகளை யாராவது குறை இருந்தால் அவர்களுக்கு பதிலாக இவரும் கிட்ட இருந்து ஆன்மீக பணி செய்து வைப்பார். நைவேத்தியில் கூட வருவது, உடல் அடித்து வருவது, எல்லா பணிகளும் செய்து வந்தார். அதே மாதிரி அர்த்தஜாமத்திலையும் கூடயே இருந்து அர்த்தஜாமத்திலே பள்ளி அறையிலே அவரும் ஒரு பணியை ஆற்றி சுவாமியை சுமந்து கொண்டு வந்து பள்ளியறை முடித்து வைப்பார். இப்படி அவர் பலகாலம் அந்த ஆன்மீகத்தினுடைய பணியாக இருந்ததினால் அண்ணாமலையார் அருளாலே அவர்களுக்கு மனம் சாந்தி அடைந்து அவருக்கு ஞானோதயம் பெற்று இப்பொழுது பெரிய சுவாமியாக இருக்கிறார். மிக்க மகிழ்ச்சி. அவருடைய ஆசிரமத்துக்கெல்லாம் நான் போயிருக்கேன். அங்கே நல்ல முறையில் மிக நல்ல முறையில் நல்லதாக செஞ்சிருக்கிறார். ஆகவே அவருடைய ஆன்மீக பற்றி மேலும் வளர வேண்டும் என்பது அண்ணாமலையார் அருளை பிரார்த்தனை செய்து கொண்டு அவர்களை வாழ்த்துகின்றேன். அப்புறம் நாங்கள் கோவிலில் வேலைகள் ஏதாவது வீட்டில் ஏதாவது விட்டுட்டு வந்தாலோ இல்லது கோவிலேருந்து ஏதாவது எடுத்துக்கொண்டு செல்லக்கூடிய நைவேத்தியம் மற்ற பொருள்கள் எடுத்துக்கொண்டு செல்ல வேண்டும் என்றாலும் அந்த நித்யானந்த சுவாமிகள் அன்போடு பணிவோடு அதை வீட்டுக்கு எடுத்துன்னு வந்து கொண்டாந்து கொடுத்துட்டு திருப்பி வந்து கோயிலுக்கு வந்து பணிகளை செய்து விட்டு போவார். ஆமாம், அபிஷேகம்லாம் பண்ணாக்கா விடாத பார்த்துட்டு இருப்பார். நல்ல பக்தர். இந்த போற்றி தமிழ் போற்றி அதெல்லாம் பாடுவார் அவர். நல்ல அதெல்லாம் நல்லா பார்த்து எல்லாம் செய்வார் அந்த காலத்தில். எனக்கு இந்த இது கூட வந்து பொக்கிஷத்துலேருந்து பொருள்கள் எடுத்துக்கொண்டு வர்றதுக்கும் அவர் உதவி செய்வார். நகைகள் எடுத்துக்கொண்டு வர்றது, ஆடைகள் எடுத்துக்கொண்டு வர்றது, இதெல்லாம் உதவி. கோவிலில் உள்ள என்னென்ன பணிகள் அவரால் செய்ய முடியுமோ அத்தனை பணிகளும் செய்து வந்தார். மிக நல்லவர். நந்தவனத்தில் சுற்றி இருக்குது. அங்கே அந்த காலத்துலேருந்தே இருந்தது, இப்பயும் இருக்குது. அங்கேருந்து பூ வரும்போதே காலையில் பறித்து எடுத்துன்னு வந்து சுவாமிக்கு சாப்பிடுவார், சொல்லுவார், சாப்பிட சொல்லுவார். அதே மாதிரி சாயந்தரத்துலேயும் கொண்டு உற்சவ காலங்களுக்கு காலை மாலை 2 வேளையிலும் சுவாமியோடு கூடையே இருந்து பணிவிடைகளை செய்வதற்கு மறக்க மாட்டார். கூடையே சாமியை நடை ஆரம்பிக்கிறது முதல், உற்சவம் ஆரம்பம் முதல் முடிவு வரை கடைசி வரல இருந்து சுவாமியை பள்ளியறையில் சேர்த்து விட்டு தான் வீட்டுக்கு போவார். அந்த அளவுக்கு நல்ல குணங்கள். ஆமாம், வீதி விழா உற்சவத்தில் நிறைய பங்கு கொண்டு அது முடியும் வரை இருந்து சுவாமியை.
As we all saw, how beautifully Shivacharya, he explained the love of Swamiji, how he used to come, how he used to do all the rituals, and even now, Swamiji is continuing that. The way Swamiji worship, we all have seen the way Swamiji's devotion comes the moment he is in the temple, and with so much passion, Swamiji always wants the temple should be the perfect thing. Each and every aspect of temple is the best and favorite thing of Swamiji. That we all have seen, and Swamiji just love it. To explain more, I would like to actually invite Ma Nithyananda and Ma Tattvapriya in the panel to share the contribution of Swamiji towards building the temples to revive this enlightened civilization. So, Ma Nithyananda and Ma Tattvapriya, you can come and share.
We'd like to first offer our gratitude at Swamiji's feet, and we'd like to thank Nithyananda TV for giving us this opportunity, because seeing what is happening day by day and what many out of vested interest, many people are spreading so many false news and different things. But this is a beautiful opportunity where we are able to actually tell whatever we have seen with Swamiji, however he has worked hard. It is such a beautiful platform, and it's such a beautiful opportunity to present the contribution that Swamiji has, and especially talking about Golden Temple, because from the time Swamiji revealed his vision till the time that even now Kumbhabhishekam is going to happen, so continuously his commitment towards it, like I have seen from the time that even I joined, how much time Swamiji has put into it. Like there are so many meetings, like I have personally been there when Mr. Janardhan, who is now talking ill about Swamiji. Actually, here there is I have a point to add here. This is a little out of subject, but I want to make a very important point here. Even many of the meetings where Swamiji would meet with the Stapatis, Swamiji will reveal the vision of the temple, and Swamiji will personally sit, go through so many books for hours together getting references. And not just that, personally, Swamiji had went to so many trips, so many travels in Tamil Nadu. It's all over on Facebook also. So many pictures everywhere it is there. We all can see how each temple, be it Srirangam, Rameshwaram, every temple, not just Swamiji going. Of course, Swamiji has knowledge in all of it. But every single sannyasi that is part of this project, every single person, there were so many people, some from Australia, some from the US, whoever came, Swamiji would take them, make sure that this entire vision is understood by every single person. So just this golden temple, just this one aspect, Swamiji has put so much of life. And today, when I see people talking about, commenting about Swamiji's work, I just feel like telling one thing. They are not even qualified to even talk about this. Not even 1% of work has Janardhan done to even talk about this. Talking about Janardhan,
Actually, before that, I wanted to share a few more points. See, like how Swamiji shares his vision. Swamiji explains the entire vision in complete detail. And Swamiji explains like the details in the sense where the power manifestors are going to be sitting, how the entrance is going to be. He envisioned the entire temple completely, starting from the foundation till like how it will be viewed from the 5th praharam, 6th praharam, like that. Swamiji had a complete vision of this. Seeing all these, and when we have always seen, when Swamiji declares something, he just makes it into reality. Same thing for even, like we can actually proudly tell that our temple is the only place in the world where live power manifestors sit and manifest, help you to connect with the deities, manifest the power of that deity to you, where you can physically see it live in front of you. Like this, all these amazing dimensions started just being revived and coming into reality, which is what started shaking the anti-Hindu elements, and they started attacking Swamiji. Actually here, there are multiple people who are involved in attacking. See, for every dimension of the contribution of Swamiji, there is a certain people who have some vested interest, and because of which they do not want that knowledge to come out to the common public. And they they conspire and want to attack Swamiji or make him somehow stop this work. That is why if you see, like, the main thing, this golden temple, if it becomes a huge success, people will be able to manifest anything they want. People will start manifesting powers. People will start having exposure to some of the amazing sciences of Sanatana Hindu Dharma. All these started agitating the anti-Hindu elements, which is why they started attacking Swamiji. And the way Janardhan was abusing this concept of temple itself, making fun of it and literally ridiculing this very concept of temple. So actually I was thinking, why, like if you see the way how these people, like for example, Nakki or Janardhan. So like the TV reporter Nakki or Janardhan. If you see how they frame Swamiji, it just shows what kind of a psychology they are in. They keep trying to frame Swamiji as a womanizer. And it's so ridiculous. I'll share why. People would have seen, like whomsoever, any devotee, people who have seen Swamiji would know by experience. They're all age groups of people who live around Swamiji. Swamiji is just untouched by anybody's presence.
And not just that, actually, I want to add one point. If you see that all the abusers and all the attackers, when they talk, they do not have any subject in which they can touch Swamiji's contribution, because they know any statement they make, there's enough of evidence of the amount of hard work that Swamiji is putting in. That is why, if you see, even Janardhan, he tried in so many interviews about like Swamiji is not contributing to temple, etc., not contributing to Hinduism. But because they were not able to touch anything of that aspect, they knew that if they touch, the truth will come out even more. People will get to know even more about Swamiji's contribution. That is why what they are inside, like we'll say, what we are, what we think is what we will see in others, and what we live is what the first point we will see in others, and that
it
is
clearly applies to, like, I have physically seen, right, like how cheap he had so many affairs. After having 4 children, Janardhan had affairs with multiple women, and that is what he's exactly reflecting on Swamiji. Otherwise, just imagine and see how he was able to leave his 3 daughters and 1 son with Swamiji for 7 years, and all of a sudden he flares up with this. This shows clearly that mindset that he is having. That's because he is a womanizer. That is why he's trying to frame Swamiji also into this.
Actually, if you see, Swamiji's vision for Golden Temple itself is so in-depth. Just listening to it, we all can understand the consciousness that Swamiji is giving on one side and how cheap these abuses are on the other side.
Thank you so much, Ma Nithyananda and Ma Tattvapriya. And we all can see Swamiji's directly, as Paramashiva has given the ancient science of temple, Swamiji is reviving it bit by bit by his hard work, by his own time, talent, treasure, everything. And such great examples, such testimony of Swamiji's contribution, Swamiji's vision, Swamiji's love for temples and Paramashiva and for this humanity, I can say it's the Golden Temple. One of its unique kind, which is nowhere available in the world. Swamiji is building that temple. Actually, I want all of you to hear from Swamiji himself that what is that vision, what Golden Temple is going to give to humanity.
Listen, in every level, if the existential reality is your purpose and the matrix is used as a supporting mechanism, great. My purpose is to enlighten people in this place, to build a monument, make a statement for the future generation, almost literally immortal statement for the whole future generation about the science of enlightenment. That is why the Golden Temple. Golden Temple is nothing but a monumental statement I am leaving to the next generation. Understand? What you leave to the next generation matters. What you leave to the next generation matters. What I feel, believe, lived as the best thing in this universe, I am making it as a monument and leaving it as a statement for my next generation. Understand, every 1 minute you spend for some purpose, you give life to it, energy to it, value to it. The more you work on the Wall Street, the more the Wall Street buildings are going to become tall. The more you work in the field of politics, more the political buildings are going to become tall. What you want to make, leave as a statement for your next generation. This temple, the monument I am going to build for Sadashiva, is a monumental statement I am leaving for the next generation. This is the best way to exist as per the teachings of Sadashiva, living, manifesting his experience, his expressions, his powers, and living in the supreme reality, existential reality, beyond any Maya matrix, is the ultimate. I am making this statement to the generations to come by making this temple. That's all. The temple is a statement. I am leaving it for next generations. Naturally they will wonder why our forefathers built such a large. This will be the largest gold coated stone structure in the world. It will be complete world's most strongest granite. Understand, world's most strongest granite is South Indian granite. It will be world's most strongest dark granite, not black granite. Black is two-dimensional of darkness. Dark is three-dimension of black. So it is not black, it is dark. Dark granite means even when you dig, it will be continue to retain the same color. Black granite means only layers will be black. When you dig deep, the color will change. There is a difference. So the whole monument will be the dark granite, gold coated. Just to make a statement. Living beyond the Maya matrix, as demonstrated by Sadashiva, is the best way to exist. Understand? My purpose is to enlighten you all. Leave a statement for the future generation about this great science. For that, I have a ownership document of this land. So I am not under matrix. Understand? Look in. Today do this as an exercise. Is your purpose is existential reality? If your purpose is existential reality, even if you have billions, everything, you will not be under the matrix. But if your purpose is the artificial ignorance developed, you are already under the matrix. You will live and die within the matrix.
So as we all heard from Swamiji, it's not only the structure Swamiji is building, it is a real bold statement which is for humanity. This very temple, as we all know that for this very temple we are going to have Kumbhabhishekam on January 30th, 2020, which is going to be the grand celebration after 12 years. This rare time has come when the Kumbhabhishekam is going to happen. We all should know what exactly it is, what kind of celebrations are going to happen, what Kumbhabhishekam means. This beautiful ritual is going to take place and how it is going to be useful for all of us. To present this, I would like to invite Purna Sannyasis of Nithyananda order, Ma Yanatma Swami and Ma Nitya Bhaktikananda Swami. Nithyanandam.
Nithyanandam, dear viewers. Today we are very happy to share about the grand Kumbhabhishekam of Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Devalaya in Adi Kailasa Sarvanyapita in Bidadi, Bengaluru. A little introduction to what is a Kumbhabhishekam. Kumbhabhishekam, roughly translated in English, translates to a ritualistic consecration ceremony. It is mandatorily performed once in 12 years in any Hindu temple to sanctify and to recharge the energy field of the temple. Now, what is Kumbhabhishekam? What really is Kumbhabhishekam? What is the science behind the Kumbhabhishekam? For re-energizing, recharging the energy field of the temple, certain Vedagamic rituals are done. These rituals incorporate all the 5 elements of the nature. And these 5 elements of nature are used to bring down, tap the cosmic energy. As you can see in the picture, the space, the Akasha, the element of Akasha, the space, is energized by meditating on the divine, on Paramashiva, on the divine, the ultimate superconscious energy. With the chanting of the mantras, that energy in the space element is brought down to the air element. Then, with the chanting of the mantras, the superconscious energy, the energy of Paramashiva, Parashakti, the energy of the deities into the fire element. Then the fire element, the Homa Kumbha, the receptacle, is connected with the Kalasha, the Kumbha, means the pot which is filled with water. And that energy from the fire element gets transferred into the water element. And then that energized water is poured on the deities. Like you can see the picture where Swamiji is doing the Abhishekam with the Kumbha, with the Kalasha. So that energized water from the fire ritual is now poured onto the deities, thereby recharging and re-energizing and strengthening the presence of the deities for the benefit of the world. That is the science of homas. What is the speciality of our Kumbhabhishekam? Which is so special about the Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva temple in Bidadi, Bengaluru with the Swayambhulinga. I would like to invite Manitya Bhaktikananda Swami to share the vision which manifested as the Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Hindu temple, Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Devalaya in Adi Kailasa Sarvanyapita in Bidadi.
The Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva, Nithyanandeshwari Parashakti temple in Adi Kailash in Bengaluru is very unique every way. For one, usually temples are built on the Jiva Samadhis, which is the final resting place of incarnations who have left their human form. So in their final place, the temple is built because their Jiva Samadhi, their final resting place, is like an energy station. It continuously radiates energy. So the temple is built on that, and it becomes an independent enlightenment ecosystem, radiating that energy continuously for the people living around the temple. In fact, in those days, the way human settlement happened was temples were built first, and around the temple, people came and settled. Because the whole thing revolved around their own enlightenment. That was the only agenda. That was the main agenda for human civilization. So temples were built, and around these enlightenment ecosystems, human settlement happened. And you can see today in front of your own eyes, whether it is Tiruvannamalai, the sacred temple town in South India, or Madurai, or for that matter, any temple, any of the ancient temples, you can see that it is the temple town, meaning the temple is in the heart, and around that the settlement has happened. So that people came and started living around the temple, and their lifestyle was the temple-based lifestyle. All the rituals that happened in the temple in synchronicity with the temple bell that rung every time the main ritual was performed. That temple bell was the wristwatch for the people who lived at that time. They did not carry mobile phones or watches. They actually went to the temple bell, and they knew what they should be doing at that point in time, and the fourth bell was heard or fifth bell was heard, what they had to do in their own personal life routine. It was such a beautiful temple-based lifestyle. It is not that they did not make money. It is not that they did not have a living. They were much more, they were much richer in inner and outer world than we can ever imagine, because they lived a temple-based lifestyle, and every moment they were absorbing the energy from that temple, which is a wireless energy transmission tower by itself. And today you have, if you just go to the internet and Google, you will see amazing videos on how the Arunachaleshwara temple has been likened to a modern day Tesla coil, and how the famous Kailasanatha temple in Ellora, Maharashtra, or the famous Bradeshwara temple in Tanjavur, the Kumbhabhishekam witnessing. Every single temple you will see how scientists and researchers around the world are studying each temple structure in detail, and trying to present it scientifically to some of the modern day inventions, the modern day science discoveries, which have so much to catch up with our ancient India, ancient Vedic enlightened civilization called Sri Kailasa. So understand these temples are very scientifically built, and the speciality of our temple in the Bengaluru Adinam is, while almost all temples today are built only on the Jiva Samadhis, final resting places of incarnations who left the body, this temple is built by the living incarnation of Paramashiva when he is living in the human form, when he is still living in the body. So it is a very, very rare energy station that is being built. And all the deities are energized not just through the rituals that invoke, that reflect the energy through the 5 elements. That is the earth element, the water element, the fire element, the air element, and the ether element. When I say earth element, the deity itself is made of the earth element, the metal and earth. And when I say water element, I mean the sacred bath that is offered to the deities. And when we say invoking the energy presence through the fire element, we are talking about the fire rituals, the homas, yajnas that happen in the temple. And when we say we're talking about the air element, we mean the mantras that continuously chanted in the temple, the sacred utterances in the Sanskrit language, the Deva Bhasha, God's own language, the vibrations of which have the energy, have the potential to even alter our own brain grooves and aid our conscious growth. And the ether element is, of course, the space, the very space. You sit there in meditation and you can connect with the ether element. So not the deities in this particular temple are not just the deities, not just energized through these 5 elements, but they're energized directly through the living energy presence of the incarnation, who's an energy station himself. And they're consecrated itself. The prana pratishta, which is the most amazing technical process of installing a deity, installing it as a living independent energy, is done by the incarnation himself, not just ritualistically, but directly by the energy presence of Paramashiva, where we have seen Swamiji energizing through the prana pratishta. He installs the deity, where he touches the very ajna of the deity and creates the independent living energy intelligence out of the deity. So that is a very, very highlight of this temple. And of course,
thank you so much, Nithya Bhaktikananda Swami, for sharing about such a science. I know I had to kind of step in here because I really wanted to share this, the Kumbhabhishekam schedule before we move on to today's message from Sri Kailasa and the darshan of Swamiji. What really is going to happen during the Maha Kumbhabhishekam? On the 30th of January, the festivities, actually the celebrations, the rituals, as Swamiji so beautifully calls it, the celebrations and the rituals start 2 days ahead of the actual Kumbhabhishekam itself. So it starts on the 28th, which happens to be a Tuesday. So 28th morning, 8 a.m., it starts with Maha Ganapati Puja, Punyaha Vachanam, Devata Anujna, Acharya Varanam, Ganapati Lakshmi Homas, Vishesha Mula Mantra Homa, Purnahuti Deeparadhana. That happens in the morning from 8 o'clock onwards. And then evening 6 p.m. onwards, we have the Vastu Shanti, Pravesha Bali, Rakshogna and Homa. And then one day before the actual Kumbhabhishekam, from morning 9 o'clock, we start with Mrit Sangrahana, Samhita Homa and Purti. Evening
So I continue to read the Kumbhabhishekam schedule for you. And one thing I want to tell you is the Kumbhabhishekam schedule talks about so many rituals performed as per the Agamic tradition. And even though you may not be familiar with all of them, you just need to understand that there's such powerful rituals as per the Agamic tradition of Sanatana Hindu Dharma, and you being present there, either physically in the Bengaluru Adinam or online, can make a huge difference to your life, because each of it will invoke an auspicious energy of a particular deity and so powerfully radiated and that can enter into you and cause such a visible difference in your spiritual journey. So on the 29th morning, we have morning 9 a.m. onwards, we have the Mrit Sangraharana, Samhita Homa and Purti. And on the 29th evening, 6 p.m. onwards, we have the Vigneshwara Puja, the Punyaga Vachanam, the Angurapam, Rakshabandhanam, Acharya Varanam, Kumbha Alankaram, Kala Karshana, Yagashala, Pravesha, which are all the first Kala Pujas. And of course, we have the Ashtadasha Kriya, the Yantra Sthapanam, and the Ashtabandhana Samarpanam. And we have the Tatvarchana, Sparsha Ahuti, Purnahuti, and the Deeparadhana, which is the first level Kala Pujas. And then moving on to the next day, which is the final day of this 3-day Kumbhabhishekam ceremony, which is the 30th morning 5 a.m. we have the second Kala Pujas, which are the Abhuta Mahayaga, the Mula Mantra Homas, the Shannavati, Vishesha Dravya Homas, the Purna, the Yantradanam, and the Kailasa Purappadu, which is actually carrying the water pots so beautifully on the heads of the Shivacharyas, and they will be offering the sacred water, which has been energized through all these powerful rituals and homas. They'll be offering it on the temple structure and the temple deities. And the Ashtabandhana Mahakumbhabhishekam. The Ashtabandhana Mahakumbhabhishekam, which is the main ceremony itself of offering this water, the sacred water, and offering it to all the deities in the temple and the temple structure, and to all the people who have gathered there, which is you. And the people watching online, who should receive it virtually, the water from the Kalasha, the water pots. And that happens precisely between 9:30 a.m. and 11:13 a.m. on 30th of January. So please do not miss it. It is the Maha Abhishekam, and that will be followed by the Alankaram, the Deeparadhana, and the Prasadam, which is after everything is over, we give as per our tradition, we give the food offering that has been offered to the deities after this auspicious ceremony, and all of us will partake of that divine food offering called Naivedyam. So that is really the 3-day ceremony. So
we would like to actually invite, on behalf of Sri Kailasa, we would like to invite each and every one of you, all our viewers, all our devotees, the Nithyananda Sangha members, all the Sri Kailasa Vasis, and everyone who is watching this, we would like to invite each and every one of you to come and attend this grand Kumbhabhishekam that's going to happen in the Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Devalaya in Adi Kailasha Sarvanyapita in Bidadi, Bengaluru. And if you can come there physically, please come with your friends and family and participate in one of the most sacred rituals that's going to happen, which is the re-energization of that space, not just the space outside in the temple, but the divine space inside of us. So if you're not able to come physically, please join us online. We will be relaying the festivities, the celeb rituals, all the Vedagamic rituals on our social media platforms, on our Nithyananda TV. So please do join us along with your family. And this is going to be a very grand Kumbhabhishekam, which is going to happen once in 12 years. So after 2020, the next Kumbhabhishekam is likely to be in 2032. So let's not wait for 12 years. Let's experience the Kumbhabhishekam now itself. So we are projecting the invitation on our screen, and with this we would actually like to traditionally, we invite with the Manja Patrike, we call the yellow traditional invitation. So we would like to invite each and every one of you with the traditional invitation from our temple to come and participate and enjoy and experience this grand Kumbhabhishekam. With that, I would like to now have all of us ready to receive today's message from Sri Kailasa and to receive the darshan of our beloved Swamiji, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. Let us prepare ourselves with the chanting of the Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Om Nithyananda. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Om Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivam. Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivam. Om Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivam. Om Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivam.
Connecting with the divine with your eyes closed is meditation. Connecting with the divine with your eyes open is darshan. Come, let us all now move from meditation to darshan. Slowly, very slowly, please open your eyes.
Shri Kailasians, Dwadashanda, Shyamala Pidharuda, Shri Meenakshi Sundareshwara Vinna Swarupa, Parashiva, Putra Ratna Kumara, Guru Mandya Tulyavadara, Shri Parvati Stankyamana, Labda, Divya Jnana Vishruta, Sakala Digamaga Bhuta, Dravida Veda Pravartaga, Shriman Paramashiva, Karuna Samadhigata, Uttamaya, Chatra Shrayana, Diyamana, Chatra Chamana, Shri Chinnakaharati, Samasta, Vidatavalyarantina, Jnana Vijnana Chakravarti, Sarvajana, Sangha Satyo Jata Nirvana, Diksha Vyayama Varga, Srimuta, Paramata Kalabheda, Keshari, Shaiva Siddhanta
शक्यशालिने नमो वयं वै श्रवणाय कुर्महे क्षमे कामाय मह्यं कामेश्वरो वै श्रवणो ददातु कुबेराय वै श्रवणाय महाराजाय नमः
சனடி போற்றி சிவன் சேவடி போற்றி நேயத்தே நின்றடி மலனடி போற்றி ஆரப்பிறப்பருக்கும் மன்னனடி போற்றி சீரார் பெரும் துறையிடம் தேவனடி போற்றி ஆராத இன்பம் அருளும் மலை போற்றி ஈசனே சிந்தை கவர வந்த நேசனே நீ வருவாய் ஒடு கனிகளை கொண்டு உன்னை பூஜித்தோ அருள் தருவாய் கலி என்னும் கடலினில் மூழ்கிட்டேயும் இனி கலந்து காத்து கருணையை பொய்கையில் அலர்ந்திட்ட அளவற்றம் போல உன் திருவடியில் வாழ்ந்திட வாராய் அருணாச்சலனே நீ வாராய் அகண்ட ஜோதியனே வாராய் அல்லல் நீக்கிடவே வாராய் அகிலம் போற்றுகின்ற ஈசனே சிந்தை கவர்ந்த நேசனே நீ வருவாய் ஒடு கனிகளை கொண்டு பூஜித்தோ அருள் தருவாய் மெய்யினில் வில்வமும் இறையார் கடல் நீர் குடியோடு தரிசனம் அருளவா பொன்மாட சிற்றவை தனிலே இதை கவர்ந்த உன்னை சிக்கன பிடித்தேனே வந்தும் புகழ் பெறும் நான் வரை நாயகா மதியில் நிறைந்திடுவாய் மதி உணராதவர்க்கு மை உணர் செய்திட வான்மழை ஏந்திவா அறவாடிட சூழ்ந்திட நீ வருவாய் அகம் உணர்ந்திட புறம் மகிழ்ந்திட புலித்தோலோடு நீ வருவாய் विमुक्ति कारणे नादिकेश दिव्य ब्रह्मरूपने मीनाक्षि शक्ति सहित सुंदरे सने नामलै उदित नित्यानंदने चित्त अचित्त मुन्नाले इयक्कुम मुन्नाले उन्दन कण्डाले सिगैल अणित्तिट्ट मदियाले मदिயின் மொழியாலே தெளிந்திடும் வழியாலே ஜீவன் முக்தி பெற விழைந்தோமே திருவடியை தொழுதோமே வேள்வியாகினாய் கேள்வியாகினாய் கேள்வி காண மகிழ்வாகினாய் ஊழியாகினாய் உலகமாகினாய் அதுவாகி அருள்களை தரும் கர்ம வினைகள் தீர்க்கும் காசிநாதனே எங்கள் கர்மம் போக்கியம் பயாலும் நேசனே ஏகாந்தமாக ஏக பாதம் தூக்கியே மரியாதை காக்க வேண்டும் நித்யானந்தனே சிந்தை கவர வந்த நேசனே நீ வருவாய் கதிகன சரணடையோ நயே காத்திரவா அருணாச்சலனே நீ வாராய் அகண்ட ஜோதியரே வாராய் அகிலம் போற்றிடவே வாராய்
as we heard from Swamiji, that today we are going to have a very special session for power manifestation. If we see the whole thing, Swamiji very beautifully shared that power manifestation is the most important thing. That's what we should be doing it every single day. And to manifest the power, like Swamiji shared that when you read about the enlightened masters, then it's like you get the understanding. But when you read about the avatar, incarnations, when you see their life journey, you start manifesting powers. And when we start manifesting powers, we attain oneness with Paramashiva. We start falling in love with Paramashiva again and again. And as much what we feel about ourselves, the same thing we'll feel about Paramashiva, the same thing we'll feel about Swamiji. If you love yourself, you will love Paramashiva, and of course, you will love Swamiji. Or I can say vice versa, you love Swamiji, everything will fall in place. But such a beauty that you just need to read what incarnation has already gone through, how he has written the whole history. When we just read about it, we will start manifesting powers effortlessly, without having any of tapas, without having any of our contribution in it or any effort which we need to do. When we just read about Swamiji, Swamiji makes us manifest powers and makes us fall into love with Paramashiva again and again. And you must be thinking where to read about it. If the viewers, those who have joined now, I would like to tell that today, Autobiography of the Avatar, the website has been launched today, and you all can go and read about Swamiji's autobiography. When you read about it, you will start manifesting powers. This whole science Swamiji has made us so available to us that it's just right there in your mobile. You just need to start reading Swamiji's autobiography. And with that, this is like how Swamiji explained about Diksha. Reading about the autobiography is also a Diksha. The moment that Diksha happens, you start manifesting powers. I have Mahasannidhanam Swami in the panel with me today to share something more about Diksha, that what happens when a person takes Diksha, the way Diksha happens, the way Swamiji initiates, how you can achieve that space of Paramashiva. So I would like to request Mahasannidhanam Swami to come forward and share with us. Nithyananda.
Nithyanandam. Thank you, Manitya Bhakti Priyanandama. Every day satsang that we hear from Swamiji, of course, we get a deeper understanding, and not only understanding, we get the initiation. We have come across many people in life, and we have been in the situation of reading about enlightened masters' life, hearing about their life stories, their journeys, how they attained enlightenment, and we feel very inspired. And we also wonder, how is that possible for me? How can I achieve it? And we have come through a long journey. And of course, we are fortunate that we found the source itself who can just initiate us and give us that experience. And as Swamiji said, when you read the life story, the autobiography of an enlightened being, it inspires it. But if you need the initiation, when you read the autobiography of the avatar, that is an initiation, means that becomes an experience in us. There are so many people in the world who are reading books after books after books, dry knowledge maybe, or trying to seek or find or have that glimpse of that experience. What can we do is introduce them to the source, introduce them to the Shiva Diksha that is happening this weekend, the Diksha into power manifestation, a special 2-day program so people can get that time to learn get the Diksha from Swamiji himself and start manifesting powers, and of course get their own Atmalinga. Today we wanted to share this beautiful experience of one such devotee who has experienced the power of this Diksha, who was fortunate enough to get the Diksha directly from Swamiji, and who's going to share with us his experience with getting this Shiva Diksha from Swamiji and also having this Atmalinga with him always.
Nithyanandam, everyone. My name is Nithyananda Satsang. I am from Bangalore, working as a manager in software engineering for a software company. I came to know about the Swamiji's Diksha program through the live satsang that happens every day morning as well as evening on YouTube. Regarding my experience about Swamiji's Mandala process and Diksha, it was my first time visiting Adi Kailash, my beloved master's breathing space. So as soon as I reached the Adhinam, I took some sand and I put it on my forehead. And then I saw Lord Ganapati there outside. And as soon as I entered, on the right side there was Kala Bhairava, who I have been seeing only on YouTube. But the first time when I got to see him in person, it was an amazing experience. I took his blessings and then really felt fortunate actually. I felt really fortunate and blessed and grateful to have made it to Adi Kailash, the abode of Paramashiva, a place where I always wanted to go from I don't know how many years, but somehow didn't happen. After the darshan of Kala Bhairava, I met the Sangha members. They were extremely helpful and they guided us into the initiation program. I would like to thank Ma Ganga especially in guiding me. And then the context was set by Ma Bhaktika about what the initiation is and understanding what the right context is. Right? So that was very important for me to understand what it really means. And then after some time, Swamiji's darshan happened. Swamiji came out of Samadhi. And when he smiled, for some reason, I don't know what happened in me, just tears started flowing out through my eyes when I saw Swamiji smiling and just coming out of Samadhi and looking at all of us. And then after some time, Swamiji started talking about the initiation process, and when he gave the Shiva mantra to all of us, I experienced unclutching and the oneness with Paramashiva, what I've always heard. And I knew that my identity was going to be changed forever. From whatever I thought I was to Paramashiva himself. What's my message to everyone who's seeing this video? From my perspective, attending the Diksha process, it's a calling that comes from within, depending on your soul's maturity. It's very rare to find a genuine spiritual master who is Shiva himself. By now, whoever has been following Swamiji must know that God and Guru are one and the same. So first of all, getting a realized master who's available is so much rare that this is actually a once in a multi-lifetime opportunity. So please make use of it when you still have the chance. Swamiji is so compassionate that he is giving away his Atmalinga free of cost to all of us. What better blessing can be there on planet Earth at this point of time, I wonder. Realizing Paramashiva is something that all of us have been seeking in some form or the other. When the Paramashiva in you wants to realize himself through you, he will give Diksha to you as your Guru. After the Diksha, I started seeing conscious intervention in my life by Paramashiva, who is now with me in the form of Atmalinga. I keep him with me everywhere, wherever I go, it's always with me. I'm having a very strong feeling connection with the Atmalinga. No challenge seems difficult after that, because I am not the one who's working on the challenge. It's him. There was a very difficult meeting at work yesterday, and I just prayed Swamiji in the form of Atmalinga with me to make it easy for me. And I don't know what happened after that, because the next thing I know is the meeting was over, everybody was appreciating me, and I don't even know what I did and what I said. So it's like I'm not the doer anymore. That's how I feel. I would like to end here with a quote from Swamiji which accurately summarizes my feeling after getting the Diksha from Swamiji. I am feeling that I'm in an unclutched space, and the quote that Swamiji says, Brahmarpanam Brahmahave Brahmagno, somehow this clicked in me, and this is clicking in me right now. I feel that the resources that are in front of me, whether at work or at home, are from the cosmos. The experience that I'm getting is from the cosmos. The expression is to the cosmos. Then who am I in this whole thing claiming responsibility? Thank you very much. Nithyanandam.
Reality.
That was such a beautiful sharing. We heard from Anand from Bangalore. So, what we can do is enrich, share this beautiful Diksha with the world. If you have not attended already, register. And if you have already benefited, and if you are enjoying the power of Atmalinga with you every day, actually there are many more sharings that we want to share with you, where people are using it for their own healing. Somebody was sharing, one doctor actually was sharing that he was using the Atmalinga for distance healing. And he was able to heal this patient, which who would suffer for hours, to be healed within 5 minutes. So many wonderful miracles are happening with the Atmalinga that you can also have once you attend and receive the Shiva Diksha from Swamiji himself, from Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam. So don't wait, please do register and reap the benefits of this beautiful weekend program. Swamiji says that even when God comes, he has to come only in the weekend for us to receive him. So this is made convenient for everyone around the world in your time zone that you can attend this program in the weekend. So please do register. And if you have already are attending or have attended, please share. Share with the world so they can also enjoy the benefits of this program. Thank you, Nithyananda.
Nithyanandam. So after this beautiful power manifestation initiation by Swamiji, such beautifully Swamiji said that life has to be with power manifestation. You have to do, the only thing which we should be doing is power manifestation, because that is the ultimate. And without you doing any effort, it's possible for you. Just one thing needs to be done, as you all know, Swamiji shared, that just by reading Swamiji's autobiography, you will start manifesting powers. As you can see the autobiography website on the screen, you can visit the website, start reading, and just manifest powers. Because when you read avatars' biography, when you read their life, you get initiated, you get Diksha. And that Diksha results in power manifestation. And you start falling in love with Paramashiva again and again and again. And of course, that is Swamiji himself. So all the viewers, those who are watching, make sure that today you all must read and must visit the website, must read Swamiji's autobiography, so that all of us can start manifesting the powers. And today Swamiji gave a special Diksha also. So let us all make our lifestyle, let us live the lifestyle like Paramashiva, who manifest, manifest, manifest. So without a delay, we should be only reading immediately after satsang. When you finish the power manifestation, must go to autobiography of the avatar website. As you can see the link on the screen and the website, must go and read. Let us start life with Paramashiva. Let us fall into his love again and again. So with this, time for power manifestation. So we are having a special Sri Kailasa Kotia sessions where you are specially guided towards power manifestation. So let us all, without a delay, enter into power manifestation. If you further have any questions, any kind of feedback you wanted to give, or any review which you have, you can visit our official website, which is www.kailasa.org. You have live chat option where you can reach out to us 24/7, whichever time zone you are in, anytime you're most welcome. You can always come and visit and ask your questions or give your feedback. Also, you can reach out to us through an email, which is contact@kailasa.org. And don't forget to go and read autobiography of the avatar, which is Swamiji's autobiography itself. And you can see this link on the screen. So with this, let us all get ready to manifest powers. And let's enter into Sri Kailasa Kotia session. So see you all tomorrow at the same time, same channel. And thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Nithyananda.
Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Nithyananda, let's start the power manifestation session. Let's sit straight, visualize Bhagwan in the third eye, and start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvaditam Gagana Sadasham Tappamasyadi Lakshyam Ekam nityam vimalamachanam sarvadi sakshibhutam bhavatitam trigunarahitam sadgurum tam namami. Nithyanandam, welcome to Sri Kailasa Courtyard Manifesting Power Session. Welcome everybody. Such a beautiful, powerful session. Immense love and immense joy that Swamiji is radiating and making us radiate. That's the most beautiful. Once it was so beautiful that Swamiji, everybody starts recognizing their Guru. And there's so many devotees who do not recognize and simply go searching for their Guru. The minute you see Swamiji, you know that he is Shiva, he is happening inside you as Paramashiva. That very moment, Swamiji has chosen us. Simply we can understand, only because he is inside you, he can even recognize, you can even recognize. Only if you know, suppose language, then only you recognize it, because you already know it. Same way, only you know Swamiji because he's inside you. You recognized him because he recognized you inside you. That is the most beautiful part. He's giving us such a beautiful space for us to more and more becoming him. The beautiful space that more and more our delusion just wither away, and more becoming Swamiji himself, Paramashiva himself, manifesting all the Shaktis. He beautifully says, an inspiring, enlightened master will be only inspiring. An avatar is really initiating. Reading his Leela, we'll understand the highest possibility, how he handles his body, his cognitions, how he is, and how he views the whole world. Even when so many things are happening, not even a slight disturbance in him, that something is happening to him, something is going on, and simply he's in the joy of Paramashiva. Trying to understand that, it is so beautiful. One day the god of darkness went and complained that the sun god is always throwing her out. And so they decided to tell her, you go and bring the sun, I will tell the sun not to disturb you. So can the darkness ever go and bring the sun? It can never happen. Like that, our unconscious, our struggles and impossible can never comprehend. Simply you being Shiva inside you, you recognizing the Shiva inside you, manifest as the greatest reality in you. Each and every beautiful space that Swamiji gives us, our anxiety, our worry, nothing is matter. Only we understand his autobiography, we understand that nothing is a matter. Yes, nothing is matter. It's simply the only oneness with Paramashiva. The space of Suddha Advaita that he talks about, such a beautiful loving space. The oneness is only thing which matters and nothing else matters in the whole world. Experiencing that space and making us experience and removing all other component in us to experience the deep love, which is actually him manifesting in all of us, and one becoming many and enjoying the whole bliss. So experiencing the great space of oneness, we'll start the Power manifestation today. Let's start with the Shastra Pramana. The beautiful space that he is given us from Shiva Sutra, Sutra 20.
The Shastra Pramana for the power moving hair from the body to the third eye is taken from the Shiva Sutra, Sutra 20. Bhuta Samdhana Bhuta Pritaktva Vishwa Samgattaha Bhuta Samdhana Bhuta Pritaktva Vishwa Samgattaha.
Such a beautiful space. If you understand how the Kannappa Nayanar. This brings us how one of the great Nayanamars in 63 Nayanamars, the Kannappa Nayanar, he was such a love with Shiva. He was enjoying the Shiva, and he'll wait for going and celebrating the Shivalinga. He goes and sings every day with Shivalinga, and one day suddenly he sees the eyes of Shivalinga. He's so excited seeing the eyes, and suddenly he sees the eyes literally having the blood coming out. Immediately he tries to fix the eyes with some herbs, but it doesn't work. He simply says, okay, I have an eye, let me give my eye. He doesn't even think this is a matter. It will go through a pain, he'll have some problem. He just plucks his eyes and puts into Shiva's eyes. And again, one more eye starts again having the blood. Simply he keeps his foot on one of the leg to know where to pluck in the eyes and starts removing the second eye. Simply Paramashiva gives the darshan and ultimately makes him understand the beautiful space of oneness that he is in, and becomes one and the supreme space of ultimate, the Suddha-Advaita space itself. Even the beautiful Siddhars, one of the Siddhars, Karura and Machindar, Karura goes to buy some food for Machindar, and he was made fun of. What? You're asking for some vada for your guru. Will you, if your guru asks for the eye, will you give? Simply he plucks the eyes and gives it and says, can you give me the vada? It was so simple, as though you take the money from the pocket and give it. And then Machindar asks, what happened to your eyes? And he says, they said they will give only vada. If I give the eyes, I gave it and came. Simply he manifests the eyes again back to his disciple. The way the Siddhas played with all these great signs as power manifestation that Swamiji is talking about were ultimate, just ultimate, how they are able to join, put together, separate it, anything they were able to do so beautifully. Just a short clipping of Kannappa Nayanar we are going to play now.
The recording has stopped.
Shivaya, Shivaya, Shambha,
Such a beautiful space.
This meeting is being recorded.
How Kannappa Nayanar showed the ultimate possibility when he is in oneness. Only that matters is again and again Paramashiva in you. How much he is waiting for you, how much he loves you, and how much he is radiating through you. Just being in that and all other what we are going through, whatever the pleasure, pain, whatever we are going through is simply a dream. Again and again he reiterates by showing the ultimate in us. The beautiful Shastra Pramana, Apta Pramana, and Atma Pramana that Swamiji himself has manifested so many possible ways when he had a fracture and he himself had his own Leela played, and he was holding the fracture and with no pain at all, as though the pain had happened for somebody else. And the first thing when he fell, we were all standing and like totally shocked. But he simply said, first word he said, "Don't worry." And as though we are the first person to be taken care, at the point he said, "Don't worry, let's go to hospital. Probably it is broken." What kind of probably it is broken? It is multiple fracture, and it is you can't see him fall down from the horse and have so many fractures. We are shaking. So the first thing, he takes care of us, and then he asks us to take him to the hospital. The possibility that the avatar really goes through in each and every Leela to tell us this world is just a myth. It is not how we perceive it. The reaction can be completely gone if we understand that it is in the dream how he is manifesting all these just as a show, just as on Leela. Ramana Maharshi was once correcting an autobiography where he had the disciple write all kinds of things. He corrected the grammar and gave it. And the disciple went to the printer and he gave it to the printer to print. The printer was shocked. He said, "What kind of autobiography is this? You written Ramakrishna Paramahamsa has, Ramana Maharshi, has got married, he had kids, and then only he got enlightened. He got enlightened in 17 years. What, you're writing your own story?" He takes the books and ran to his Bhagavan to see what he had to say. And he told Ramana Maharshi, what he has written is all lies. Ramana Maharshi simply smiles and says, "Okay, you write your version, so what? Each one write your version. It is all your own versions of the dream. That's all." Such a beautiful space they occupy. They don't see is, how can you write such wrong thing about me, a false thing, why are you hurting me? Nothing. Such a beautiful, intense love just manifests through every moment. Such a beautiful space we need to occupy. Now, we'll see some Shakshi Pramana where they have manifested this power of removing hair or making more hair happen in their body. That's a beautiful space, how it has grown just in 15-20 minutes. That's a very beautiful clipping. Even all these power manifestation is something really small. It is really beautiful how Swamiji is manifesting through us. He says it's a seed, how some seeds sprout and become the tree, some seed becomes the manure. Let's go to the instruction. Such a beautiful space that Bhagavan creates in all of us to experience the great reality. The experiences, small or big, doesn't matter. The quality matters. The quantity simply will happen. Once we understand the greatest science in us is happening, simply one by one will unfold in us. The beautiful space we need to have is just be in oneness with Paramashiva, the beautiful darshan and his snake today. You can just be in the beautiful space of his initiation and contemplate on the great truth. Like how he said, the Kashmiri Pandit gave the greatest science, all the great things that he is giving us, not being stuck. And again, the reaction, less of reaction. My devotees should not have anxiety to understand that whatever it is, the plus and the minus that we are going through, all the negatives, all the positives that we are going through is simply a dream. How you would get up in the morning, whether it is a good dream or bad dream, you'll get up in the morning and understand it is just a dream. So wake yourself up, contemplate on this great truth that you are Shiva. That is why you're able to recognize him so beautifully. So be in that only space, the beautiful space, you remove everything. In the deep sleep, we don't have the body, we don't have the mind, we don't have the thought, but something we have, that deep happiness. Even if we want to switch off the alarm and sleep for 5 more minutes, we want to do that. Why is that? Because there's so much joy from the body, what we get, not from the food, not from the what we see, what we wear, ourselves. We have nothing in the deep sleep. Absolutely nothing. But we want to go back to that deepest sleep again and again, because we are experiencing that great oneness, but unconsciously. Again and again, if we are able to experience that consciously whenever we want, how beautiful that space will be. So connect to the highest possibility in you that is again and again having us, and all these other things are like alarm clock. Switch it off and start experience oneness with Paramashiva. Let's sit straight with your head, neck and back in a straight line. Connect to Paramashiva, connect to Swamiji deeply, and with your contemplate on these great truths and chant the Mahavakya. That is the ultimate key to connect you to Paramashiva. So chant from your navel, deep listening. Continuously, let's chant Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Ananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham. Om Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivam. Om Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Om
Nithyananda. Such a beautiful and intense experience. More and more, Swamiji gives us the possibility of manifesting powers. Manifesting powers should be the whole day, not just the end of the day or just during the session, but the whole day we understand we are manifesting everything. There is nothing which is going on. The past is already gone. There's nothing there. Only what Swamiji is happening in you and constantly manifesting your day and more your reality. And more you understand that greater science, how Swamiji says, no anxiety, simply the Kundalini Shakti and the pure love, that experience that you have, the feeling connection with Swamiji, the deep trust, Him happening through you. And more, whatever you experience, please share in the Sri Kailasa Courtyard Manifesting Power Group. Whenever we enrich, we are getting pulled out of the delusion. The more and more we enrich people with whatever Swamiji is giving, all these great truth, we are getting pulled out of the delusion. And more you cause more people to be part of the satsang, be part of this power manifestation. Simply the space that you are shifting in them is actually the reflection of you shifting you. The more people are into the beautiful space of oneness with Paramashiva, you are getting grounded and liberated. That is why enriching and causing, directly Paramashiva works on you. The integrity, authenticity, and responsibility is something we are putting the effort. But here in enriching and causing, simply we become Paramashiva and multiply ourselves to many Paramashivas. So the more we start doing that, Paramashiva is in such a happy space because we are doing exactly what we came here to celebrate Him. So more and more, share with everybody. If you have manifested, great. If you have not manifested, share whoever has manifested to the world. As many groups as possible, as many people as possible. Let us get liberated. It is our opportunity, our breakthrough, not for anybody else. If they benefit, that's a different thing. But for us to get pulled out from delusion and get liberated, this is the easiest way and the most beautiful way. Just because you share with 10 people and one person come, there's nothing for Paramashiva. Paramashiva knows to connect everybody beautifully. We are just connecting ourselves by sharing and causing others in our life. A reflection of us. That is what we are making the whole thing happen. Understand the avatar leelas and beautiful space. How again and again contributing in others' life is making our life happen. And we have such a beautiful boon and a gift that Jan 30th, we can offer the Pratyaksha Pada Puja. Go ahead and be there in the Pada Puja. Guru's Paduka is everything for us. The more and more we are able to surrender at the lotus feet, the more and more we'll understand the greatest possibility that Shiva himself has chosen us, each one of us, to experience the ultimate. If you have not chosen, you will not know that you are it. You are here, so you're chosen into such a beautiful space. So let's enjoy and celebrate that beautiful space by offering our gratitude, our ultimate space, all that we know, all our knowledge, everything surrendering at the lotus feet simply makes us into the enlightened space. So go ahead, don't miss the opportunity. Each and every time we start falling into the beautiful oneness, we raise into the beautiful space of Swamiji's love for us. So more and more we start engaging ourselves and contributing by bringing in more people to contribute to the lotus feet, makes us understand the higher reality. Here nobody is benefiting, nobody is getting anything out of anything. Here the only thing is the more and more the space of oneness, the space of Shiva in us needs to be awakened. Here beautifully at Swamiji's lotus feet, simply by surrendering all that we know and all that we don't know, simply makes us manifest the ultimate Shiva himself manifesting through us. It becomes more grounded because he himself is working on us directly. So don't miss the beautiful opportunity that Swamiji is opening up for us. Each and everything he is giving as a boon. So let's start experiencing the ultimate, that Paramashiva has come down as my Guru and making me manifest all these great signs. With that, let's surrender to Swamiji's lotus feet. More and more we surrender to Swamiji's lotus feet all the Shaktis and powerful cognition, the more we are empowered with the ultimate knowledge and ultimate experiences. So with a deep gratitude and prayerful space, let's pray to Swamiji to make all these great signs as our existential reality. With that, let's visualize Bhagavan in a third eye and end with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam Padukar Arpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam